The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen R. Covey, has become one of the most influential self-help books in history. Its principles transcend simple productivity tips, reaching into the core of personal and professional effectiveness. At its heart, the book is about character development and making choices that lead to lasting success. Each habit builds upon the next, forming a framework that encourages growth, balance, and genuine achievement. Let's explore these 7 habits in detail to understand how they can transform our lives. The journey begins with Habit 1: be proactive. Covey emphasizes that being proactive is more than just taking initiative. It's about recognizing that we are responsible for our own choices. Instead of reacting to circumstances, proactive people focus their energy on things they can control, their attitudes, behaviors, and responses. Covey introduces the concept of the circle of influence, which represents the things we can do something about. By choosing to act within this circle, we empower ourselves and avoid becoming victims of circumstance. Proactive individuals are driven by values rather than moods or external conditions. When faced with a challenge, they ask, "What can I do about this?" instead of blaming others or external factors. This habit lays the foundation for personal growth, because it's only when we accept responsibility for our actions that we can make meaningful changes. Next is Habit 2: begin with the end in mind. Covey encourages readers to envision their desired outcomes, whether in life, work, or relationships. He suggests creating a personal mission statement, a guiding document that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. By clarifying what matters most, we can align our actions with our long-term goals rather than getting swept away by daily distractions. This habit is about leadership, not just management. It's about knowing where you want to go and making sure every step you take is in the right direction. People who practice this habit live purposefully, prioritizing activities that contribute to their mission rather than those that simply fill their schedules. When you begin with the end in mind, you create a roadmap for your life, helping you make decisions that are consistent with who you want to become. Habit 3: put first things first is all about time management and prioritization. Covey draws a distinction between what is urgent and what is important. Too often, we spend our days putting out fires, responding to emails, and handling crises, while neglecting activities that are truly meaningful. This habit asks us to schedule our priorities rather than prioritize our schedules. It's about discipline, the ability to say no to distractions and yes to what matters most. Covey introduces the time management matrix, which divides tasks into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance. Highly effective people spend most of their time in Quadrant 2, focusing on activities that are important but not urgent, such as planning, relationship building, and personal development. By putting first things first, we ensure that our actions are aligned with our values and goals, leading to greater fulfillment and productivity. With Habit 4, think win-win. Covey shifts from personal to interpersonal effectiveness. This habit is grounded in the belief that life is not a zero-sum game. Instead of competing for limited resources or recognition, highly effective people look for solutions that benefit all parties. Win-win thinking is rooted in an abundance mentality, the idea that there is enough success, happiness, and opportunity for everyone. Practicing this habit requires integrity, maturity, and respect for others. It means seeking mutual benefit in interactions, negotiations, and relationships. When we approach others with a win-win mindset, we foster trust and collaboration, paving the way for long-term success. Covey contrasts this with win-lose or lose-win approaches, which breed resentment, distrust, and ultimately undermine relationships. Win-win isn't about being nice. It's about being principled and ensuring that everyone's needs are met. Habit 5: seek first to understand, then to be understood, focuses on the art of empathetic communication. Too often, we listen with the intent to reply rather than to truly understand. Covey argues that effective communication begins with listening, deep, attentive, and empathetic listening. When we seek first to understand the perspectives, feelings, and motives of others, we build rapport and trust. Only then can we express our own ideas in a way that will be heard and respected. Covey introduces the concept of empathic listening, which goes beyond active listening by genuinely trying to see the world through someone else's eyes. This habit is critical in resolving conflicts, strengthening relationships, and fostering collaboration. By practicing it, we move from transactional interactions to transformational ones, where both parties feel valued and understood. Next, Habit 6. Synergize is about creative cooperation. Synergy is the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. When people with different strengths, backgrounds, and perspectives come together, they can create solutions that would be impossible individually. Covey argues that synergy requires valuing differences and embracing diversity. It's about open-mindedness and the willingness to look for third alternatives, solutions that go beyond compromise and create new possibilities. Synergy is the essence of teamwork. When practiced, it leads to innovation, breakthroughs, and results that exceed expectations. Covey uses the analogy of musical notes coming together to create a harmonious melody. Each note is distinct, but together, they produce something beautiful. Highly effective people seek out and celebrate differences, knowing that collaboration leads to greater outcomes. Finally, Habit 7. Sharpen the saw is about self-renewal. Covey likens our personal effectiveness to a saw that must be regularly sharpened. This habit encourages ongoing growth in 4 key areas: physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. Physical renewal involves exercise, proper nutrition, and rest. Mental renewal means continuous learning, reading, and challenging our minds. Emotional and social renewal comes from building meaningful relationships and serving others. Spiritual renewal is about connecting with our deepest values, whether through meditation, reflection, or religious practice. Sharpening the saw ensures that we maintain the capacity to be effective in all areas of life. It prevents burnout and keeps us vibrant, engaged, and resilient. Covey stresses that self-renewal is not selfish. It's essential for long-term effectiveness and balance. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People offers more than just a list of actions. It presents a philosophy for living. Covey's core message is that true effectiveness comes from within, starting with our character and choices. By internalizing these habits, we build a foundation for personal and professional success that is sustainable and meaningful. The habits move from dependence to independence and ultimately to interdependence. We begin by mastering ourselves, then learn to work effectively with others, and finally commit to ongoing growth. The legacy of the 7 Habits endures because its principles are timeless. Whether you're a student, professional, leader, or parent, these habits offer guidance for navigating the complexities of life. They teach us to act with integrity, purpose, and compassion. They remind us that success is not about quick fixes, but about building character, nurturing relationships, and striving for excellence. In conclusion, the 7 Habits: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and sharpen the saw provide a powerful framework for becoming highly effective in all areas of life. By embracing these habits, we can unlock our potential, create lasting change, and live with greater purpose and fulfillment.